Joining me now is Fred Grandy of the Center for Security Policy. Thanks for joining us, Congressman. Ron Paul, his approach says, try and discourage him. Can you discourage the mullahs, the Ayatollah Khomeini, and frankly, a very irate Ahmadinejad from getting the weapon?
Well, let me say, first of all, I think this is a great strategy, Eric, if you're running for president of Iran. I mean, if I were Mahmoud Ahmadinejad right now, I'd be in the field polling because this guy's clearly trying to steal my thunder. But every signal that we're getting, up to and including the recent IAEA report in November that says Iran is accelerating their enriched uranium process. They may have 250 kilos of the stuff by year's end. You only need 25 kilos to make a bomb. Indicates that they are moving on a very steady pace towards a weapon and not towards powering up flat screens, which is what they've been saying for years about their nuclear program.
Right. So let's talk about Ron Paul's response to that. He says, I would try and discourage them. How in the world do you try and discourage radical Islam from being aggressive against Israel and Western civilization?
You do not discourage radical Islam. Radical Islam is in business to discourage you, and that is the mistake this administration has made, and now Congressman Paul is making in terms of believing you can negotiate these guys down from a global jihad, which they have been in business to perpetuate since long before the Ayatollah Khomeini. And you don't even have to go to Iran. You can look at what's happening in Cairo right now. I mean, Cairo is beginning to look in 2012 the way Tehran did in 1979 when we were once again seeing American citizens under lock and key by a progressively hostile regime. We're pulling our embassy out of Syria right now. If these are not signals that we're moving towards some kind of conflagration in the Middle East, then I don't know what they are.
So is it fair to say that you and the Center for Security Policy sees the growing threat from Iran to be credible, real, and imminent?
I think it's credible, real, and imminent, and I would have to say that I wouldn't be surprised if Israel does strike. I just hope that we don't tip their hand. When the president said to Matt Lauer the other day that he doesn't see any intention or evidence, what I'm hoping you saw there was a kind of reverse takia, you know, an attempt to kind of lead our enemies astray into thinking, oh, no, this is not going to happen. Right. What I hope it happens is that Israel does move on.
So we're going to say thank you, Fred Grandy, former congressman, and he's with the Center for Security Policy. Thank you very much.